Okay, then. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And I welcome you all to this day 4 of Flutter Essentials. So, I first of all really hope that you guys are enjoying all the things till now because we have learned a lot of things. Now we know how to set up Flutter in our PC, how to create an emulator, how to run our first project, how to run a Flutter project. Then we have seen what are widgets, what is a stateless widget, how to create your own, and how to create screen. Then we yesterday we saw how to create images in here, how to create text field, right? How to create button, how to handle basic events, rows, columns, layouting techniques. So we have seen a lot of things. Okay. And as promised, today we'll be starting with something called as stateful widgets. That's another way of creating widgets which change based on data. So that's something we'll see today. And also we'll see how to create a list, like how to display a list of data, because in future when you create real apps, at that time you might get a lot of data from somewhere or from network or from a database. And in that case you might want to display it, right, in a scrollable fashion or something like that. So we'll also see how to display a list of data in your app, because it's very important, because that is something that we'll be doing most of the times. Let's move ahead with today's topics. So now we know a lot about layouting. Now we know a lot about like how to create text fields, images, containers, grids, right? So today the first focus is on something called as stateful widgets. Now guys, till now we have only seen something called a stateless widget. So what exactly was a stateless widget? Something which has some initial data, and it the screen is created, or that widget is created, and that widget is never going to change, or the data in that widget is never going to change. Simple. So basically you have some data you display on the screen, you have some data you display it via widget, and it's never going to change. Once it's paint, it's done. Now you close it and you open it, but it's always the same. It never changes. Like a login screen, the form is typically always same, right? Like if you see initially. So a widget that's never going to change is considered where data is going to be completely always same, no changes will happen. Okay, on the go, nothing will happen when you click or do something like that. That widgets are considered as stateless widgets. But in another case, you also have something called as stateful widgets. Now what exactly are stateful widgets? So widgets where the data can change, and based on the data change your widget will re-render or change. That is what you call as stateful widget. For example, let's say you're watching a scoring site, right? Let's say like CrickBuzz or something like that, or some football score, right? And then you're watching it live, and automatically sometimes the data updates, right? When the score changes, the data updates. Or let's say you pull refresh and the data updates, or you click somewhere and the widget re-renders, or something gets added in between. How does that happen? All of that is what you call as a stateful widget, where there is data, and if that data changes, the UI, or what you can say the widget, re-renders, and you can see change on the spot. Now this either happens automatically, sometimes it may happen when you refresh, sometimes it may happen when you click or scroll or do something. So mostly, a lot of times you might be using stateless widgets where the screen is static, nothing is going to change. And a lot of times you might be using stateful widgets where the data on the screen keeps changing by some event, click, refresh, automatic, whatever it is. Is that clear, guys? So let's see how to create a stateful widget in Flutter. So for that, guys, what we'll do is we'll again go ahead here. Now either I can convert this stateless widget into stateful widget, or I can just go ahead and remove all of this, okay, that we have done till now, and let's generate a new stateful widget from scratch so that it's more easier for us to understand. Okay, so let's go, guys. Again, same, just put st. Remember this we did first day, stateless widget. Now today let's select a stateful widget, enter. Now here we go. Now if you guys see properly, when you create a stateless widget you get only one class, but when you create a stateful widget you get two classes. Now again, let me just do it back, because yeah, because I just clicked on this, so I want to change its name, right? So I'm going to keep it. So here if you see, you get two classes. One is your widget class, which is extending stateful widget, just like you have widget which extends stateless widget. And one is your state class, where you are going to be creating variables which may change. So this is the place. The state class is the place where you'll be painting your widgets and also creating variables which may change over time or based on events. So all those variables, all that data that you feel can change, you'll be putting in this class, not in this class. Is that clear? So that's why you have a separate state class for that. So that's it. Now let's name it. So I'm going to name it my app only, and that's it. There we go. So now we have a stateful widget. So that's it. So now guys, first of all, let's build the basic layout. So again, here we go. I'm not going to return a container. I will return a material app from here, and inside that I'll be having again a scaffold like every time, and inside that simply, okay, so home scaffold, again a simple app bar. Let's just create an app bar in here, and let's just say some text widget in it. I don't think you have to pass a text. Sorry, I forgot. You have to pass a title in it. So title and my app. No, sorry, text. This is where I normally get confused, but that's fine. I finally get it. So my app. Here we go. Now you'll be having the app bar. Oh, some issue. Did I make a mistake somewhere? My app is not a subtype. Type cost. What mistake did I make here? Run my app. Wait. What's the issue in here? Type my app is not a subtype. Stateless widget and typecast. Okay, maybe I'm making some kind of mistake somewhere. Or maybe I'm not, but something is happening here. Let me just restart it from scratch. Let's see what's happening. It might be some cache causing this. Let's just see once. No, see, it was some cache. Basically, I removed the stateless and made stateful, right? So it was still following the old one. That's why. So I just restarted the app and it works perfectly fine. So sometimes it might happen. So just converting it might cause some issue on the spot, because internally your cache might be still thinking that it's a stateless widget. That was the error. My cache maybe was still thinking that my app is a stateless widget and it was treating it like a stateless widget, but I converted my app to a stateful widget. So that's why I had to restart my app. See that? So this red button, it will completely restart. This red button is basically for stop. So by clicking on this red button, I stopped it and started it again. This is basically what you say restart, and this is hot reload. So basically when you save, that's what happens. Hot reload happens. So you have hot reload, you have restart, and you have stop and then start again. So guys, now we have a scaffold. Now let's go ahead and let me just put, okay, what was that? We have our title, we have, what was the, I'm inside app bar, so bad. Body, and let me just put a container over here. So simple container. You see, sometimes you might mess up in the bracket. So always guys, in that case, please see everything perfectly. So child, we can just say a text for now. Okay. And in this case, let's just go and display hello. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. You can see that hello, but it's very small. So now guys, let me also show you how to change the style of the text. So come in the text widget. It has a property called as style. Okay. In which you can pass a text style widget. See, these hints cover up the code area. That's what I don't like. So style, text style, and inside that now you can pass some text styling that by default Flutter provides. For example, font size. I can say font size 30. Let's see. Here we go. It grows. Is that clear, guys? And if you want, you can just give it a little padding to the container. So let's try padding sets dot all from all sides 20. Here we go. And let me make it a little bigger because I want to show a few things to you. Okay, is that clear, guys? Okay, now let's say I want to display this name in place of this hello. Okay, so in this case, guys, let's say we display this variable that is name. Okay, so let's see if it is coming. And here we go. We have let's upgrade now. Okay, now let's get a simple button, or you can simply create a floating action button. So let's do that. So you can do that, a floating action button here. Okay, so floating action button like this. On press right now, I'm not doing anything, so I'll just pass a blank, and child will be an icon. Icons dot anything like change circle or whatever it is, it's completely fine. Now, guys, you can see it has two attributes, and I forgot the comma here. Wait, why are we getting this error? Did I miss a bracket here? I'm making a lot of mistakes today. Did I miss a bracket somewhere, guys? Or did I remove it by mistake? Yes, I removed one bracket by mistake. Cool. No issues. So now I can see we have a floating action button. Now what I want is, guys, please focus. Till now, it's very simple and clean. It's a stateful widget, but still now we are not doing anything that is stateful. We simply have this name, which is let's upgrade. And now today, instead of displaying hello, I just pass that name and it's displaying that name. Now here comes the use of stateful component. Now let's say when I click on this button, I want to change this name. I want to update it on the spot without restarting the app. So what can I do? So for that, guys, you can just go in this on pressed, because that's what you do. So whenever you click on this button, here's what you're going to write as the code, whatever you want to perform. So in this case, I want to change this variable's value. But focus, guys, whenever you're changing a variable's value in a stateful widget, don't change it like this directly. Name equals to something else. No. You have to use a special method called as set state. Inside set state, you will pass a function. Inside that function, you will do your logic. So in this case, name, I want it to become, let's say, something like future dev. That's it. So now when I click on this button, name's value will be updated to future dev, and it should also re-render the widget and update this. Let's see. And here we go. See that, guys? Now this is something that is not possible in a stateless widget. So this is what you can do here. Is that clear, guys? Understood the difference between stateless and stateful now? Please confirm me, guys. Is that clear? So guys, that's the difference. That's the basic difference between stateless and stateful. Everything else is kind of same because you're still drawing widgets, you're still painting the screen. All of that is still same. But in stateful, this is what you can do. You can update the widget, you can update the UI based on the variable. So if this variable changes, you can update the UI on the spot. So that's it, guys. This is what you can't do in stateless widget. You cannot create a variable. So you can create a variable definitely, but you cannot use this set state there. You cannot perform this update and nothing will update in a stateless widget. But in stateful, it can be done. Cleared? Okay, guys. So that's the basic difference. Okay, that's the main difference why one is considered as stateless and one is considered as stateful. Okay, now guys, let's move ahead to the next thing, because we'll be using stateful tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to making a project, so we will be using stateful, stateless, both of them. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now let's move ahead and let's learn one very important thing. Why I'm calling this very important is because this is one thing that you make pretty much in all the apps. Like for example, you go on Instagram. Okay, what do you see on Instagram? You see posts of people. When you click on comments, you see a list of comments. When you click on followers, you see a list of followers, right? Let me just open up a Jamboard. Okay, so let's say you have a screen, okay, which is stateless. Now you separately create a stateful widget, which is a box like this, and you include it here. So you have other components as well, but you have also included this box. This box itself is a stateful widget. So whatever happens inside this, only this widget will update, not the whole screen. But yeah, right now in our case, the whole screen is a stateful widget because we have created like that, right? So I hope you understand now. Okay. Now, guys, what I was saying is the next thing that we're going to be learning is very important because we are going to see how to display a collection of data on your screen in terms of scrollable list. Now, let me give you a few examples where that may be useful. You go on Instagram, you see a list of posts, you see a list of comments, you see a list of followers, you see a list of random posts, right? No matter wherever you go on Facebook, go on Flipkart, you see a list of products. So everywhere you see a list of something. Okay, and that is why it's very important to know how to build a scrollable list based on some data. Okay, guys, so are we ready? Let's prepare some dummy data, 5-10 data, and let's see how to generate a dynamic list based on that. Is that clear, guys? Let's go. So now we know how stateful component widgets work and how to change the data, but right now we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we'll still use this same stateful widget. Okay, so now let me remove this variable and let me remove this. I'm going to remove this container as well. Remove it for now. And no need to perform this on or whatever it is. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. No issues in this. We'll see. So now, guys, first of all, yep. So let me prepare array of data for now. Okay. So we call it list and whatever you want to call. So let's call it data equals. Let's create some dummy data. So I'm going to be creating a lot of apps inside it, which basically are similar to object. I hope you remember your first lecture of Dart, right? So I called it object because I'm used to JavaScript, but here it is called as map. So first object or first map. So in this case, let's say we pass image, so image, and let's take some image URL from online. So let's go to pixels and let's just say people, or let's say nature, something like that. Let's get some image URLs from here. I hope the URL works here. I don't know. Let's get it from. Hopefully it will work. Let's filter orientation only vertical, not horizontal. Yes, Hassan, it's possible, but you have to use it properly. That's very important. And right now, let's say horizontal only. Okay, let's copy the image address of few of them. Let me see if it works. The image address, yep, it works. Okay, so copy the image address and I'm going to store it inside this array. So image is going to be this. Don't worry about the size of this URL, guys. We're using a network image, so it may happen. And let's give it a dummy name. So name of, let's call it, I don't know, what is this place? Let's just call it Norway. Okay. And let's give it some likes like that. So likes of 298, something like that. Okay. And just like that, I want to prepare a few more data. Guys, please focus. It's very important because this is going to be useful tomorrow. Okay. So please focus. So I'm creating basically an array of maps, or you can consider objects. Let's take some other things as well. So let's take this one. I want similar kind of images. So that's why I'm getting confused. Let's take this one, copy image address, change the image from here. Let's call it Australia. Let's say likes are 156, something like that. Two more, three more actually. I'll generate 5. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now let's here copy the image address. So this is Wait, I changed the second one. So sorry. Okay, let's just change it. Egypt 121. Okay, and let's take this one. Copy image address. See, guys, I don't know any of these places. I'm just putting some random names. So if you know, no issues. And let's just put like Himachal, something like that. 121 likes. And finally, let's just take one more data. Yeah, this is fine. Looks good. Copy image address. Let's just put Bali 234, something like that. Okay. So now we have a lot of places. Okay, and actually not Himachal, Himachal Pradesh, right? The correct name. India, Himachal Pradesh, India. Okay, so now we have few places, and for every place I have an image, I have some name, and I have a set of likes. Now you can consider it like a post or whatever you want, but I'm simply showing you how to display this data on our screen. So let's go and let's get the emulator is here. Now, first of all, guys, see, if I want to create a single element, what will I do? If I just want to create a single element, what will I do in this case? Let me show you. Okay. So first of all, I'll create a container. Okay. So body container like this. But this is a single element. Please focus, guys. It's very important. Body container, and then here I'm going to put a column and a row in this case. So first of all, container will have some height. So height of 500 and a width of nothing. So basically full width. It will surely have some padding. So padding of 20. I'm giving pixels. That's amazing. And we cannot give padding like this. So edge insets dot all 20 like this. And for now, I'll just give some color so that we can easily see it. So colors dot black 12. So kind of grayish. Here we go. You can see a container here. You can make it a little smaller. So maybe we can give it 400. Okay. So you can see a container. Now, what I want here is I want to put my picture inside it. So now child of this will be a column. Guys, please focus everyone. So inside the container, I'm creating a column. So now how I want my layout to be, I'll show you. So I want, so this is my container. Inside that, I want a column. In the column, in the first row, as the first element, I will have my image. And as a second element, I will have a row. Inside that row, I'll have the name and the like. So that's my layout. In the column layout, one will be my image, and then it will be a row in which I'll have my name and I'll have my likes. That's the layout I want to build. Okay. So let's go. So column, the first child of the column is image. So, okay, that's how you have to put a children array in here. And then the first child is an image. So image dot network, and you can pass one of them. So either I can pass directly or I can use the variable. So to access the first element only, I can use data. That is my array. So data of 0. So I access the first map. And inside that, I want to access the first property, which is this image. So I can just pass. Now I hope you guys remember your Dart sessions. And that's it. That's my first element. And here we go. You can see the image, right, everyone? See that? Guys, so image.network, data of 0. That means the first element. And from that, the first property image. I wanted that. So data of 0 of image. And I get my image. Now in here, I want my name. And in here, I want my likes. Something like that. So let's do that. So the second element will be, first I need a gap. Okay, so don't forget, guys, what do we use for gaps normally? Sized box. Sized box, a height of, you can give 20. So that much gap will be there now. And after this sized box, I need a row. And inside that row, again, children. First, I'm creating one so that you can see what's actually happening. Children. And inside that, the first children, okay, I forgot a comma here. Yep. The first will be the name. So in this case, it's a text widget. So text. And in this case, data of 0 of name. I should show the name here. Here we go. You can see Norway. It's not looking very big, but it's here, guys. Don't worry. Norway is here. You can apply some styling to it. So style, X style, font size 20. Let's see. It's fine, kind of. Okay. So here we go. I can also give like 30 if it is not enough. Yep. Let's also give it a font weight. So font weight dot, give it bold. Yep, kind of fine, not that great. So let's try to give it some other one, like for example 400. It is like initial one. Then 500, kind of fine. Okay, no issues, kind of fine. Okay, and now let's create the second children of this, which is going to be the likes. So again, it will be also a text. So text, or if you want to display a heart, for example, let's say a heart icon, we can also do that. So in this case, let me think, what can we do? So I need one more row. Then inside this row, I need one more row so that I can give that heart and the text, because two things, right? So inside the row, one more row, and the first child of this row is icon. Icon, icons dot, I just hope we have a heart. I don't want a heart broken. I just want heart normal. So do we have a normal heart? Heart broken. Okay. Don't we have a normal heart? Okay, let's have heart broken. First of all, let's see how does it look. And what is the issue here? Oh, I forgot. Children. I always forget that. No issues. The children. Inside that, first child will be a icon. So icon, icons dot. Come on, give me a normal heart, please. Heartbroken, rounded, heartbroken, sharp. Okay, heartbroken. No issues. You can't do anything. Otherwise, I have to use a separate library for it. But for now, guys, I hope you understand. You can use this. No issues in this. Okay. And after that, I need a size box between them. But this time, gap between two things. Okay, let me show you. See, if I now create a text in which I display the likes. So I go and put data of 0. I can copy the same text actually. But rather than name, I'll be displaying the likes. So I'll put likes in here. Now some issue. What is it? Oh, it's an integer. Okay. Okay, so while storing, we can store it like, okay, so sorry, let's complete it. And while storing it, let's, rather than storing it like, I think I can also convert it to string. Let me just see, to string. That will be much more better rather than putting everything as like. Okay, so here we go. It's too big, so I want it to be around of 25, let's say. Yeah, that much is fine. Now see guys, so now I have a row in which I have text, which is your Norway, and then one more row which is having these two things, like heart and then this. I want them, both of them, to go to the right side. Okay, so this row is having text and then second row. So in between them, I want a gap, and it's horizontal and it's a row. So which axis it is, guys? Everyone, which axis? Main axis. So main axis alignment dot, okay, first of all, main axis alignment. So main axis alignment, not here, inside the row. Main axis alignment dot space between. It will create a gap, and I also want a little gap in between them. So I have to come to this row, and again, main axis alignment, this heart and this text, third text, 298 together. So they will be considered three childs, and whatever I do, three different gaps will be considered in that case. So if I give space evenly, there will be even gaps between Norway, this heart, and this likes. What I wanted is, I want a separate gap between Norway and these things, and then a separate gap between these two elements. So first consider these two as a single element and this as a separate element, and after that a separate row that this is having, I can give any gap I want. So like this, see, main axis alignment, or I can just give a size box in this rather than giving main axis alignment, because I wanted a little small gap. So just a sized box. So it's much more easier in this case, right? And in this case, guys, give a width 20. And here we go, too much 10. And yep, I am not liking this heartbroken. Let's use a normal like icon then, like Facebook, right? So do I have anything like that? Like, okay, do we have anything like that? Like, okay, favorite. Okay, favorite is hard. And if you want to comment, yeah, why not? You can just have one more icon. Okay. After the like, you can have one more icon. So because this is like, keep it like a like. And I think 5 gap will be enough. And after the likes, you can have your comment as well. Comment. Yep. Very bad comment icon, but that's fine. That's what Flutter is providing. So no issues. So yep. And 10 here. Here we go. So now you can see the likes and you can also see this. Is that clear, guys? See, guys, now fine, this layout is good enough. Now we have created, okay, and also now you can remove the height of the container, because now the height of the container will depend upon the content. It becomes full, so sorry. So let me just have it. Height, what was that? Forgot the property name. Okay, no issues. Let's, in this case, let's just go for 350 for now. We'll just do it. Let's say this is the height for now. Okay, it's fine, it looks good. Now please focus, guys. Okay, so guys, now the next part, I can only display one. Now if I want to display all my posts, what I have to do is I have to create this whole container again and again. So if I, in future, if I have 10 posts, again 10 containers. If I have 20 posts, 20 containers. If I have 30 posts, 30 containers. So is there a better option? Yes, there is a better option. So for that, what we can do is, guys, let me take this whole container code out of here, because we can use a technique which is similar to looping. So guys, I just put my container code somewhere else for some time because I want to explain you something new, and that is something called as list view dot builder. List view builder. We have something called as list view builder. Okay, it helps you to generate a list view, a collection of lists, very easily. So basically, guys, in this case, consider list as nothing but collection of elements, and in this case this container is one element. So I want to generate a list of containers. So you can generate list of whatever you want. It can be a list of text, it can be a list of whatever you want. In this case, I want a list of containers. That's why I have to use something called as list view dot builder, and inside that you have two parameters. Okay, so you have, first of all, item count, in which you passed how many items you want to generate, how many list items you want to generate. So let's say I put 5 in this case. I want to generate 5 elements. Okay, that I have 5. I want to generate a list of 5 elements. And then we have a function called as item builder, which is a mandatory function. You can see that. And now in here, you pass two parameters, that is context and index, which always starts from 0. So if you have 5 elements, this index will start from 0 and end at 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though it's not having an array, no issues. You have mentioned 5, index start from 0, so it will go till 4 only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, not only 5. Okay. And now inside this, you can say return whatever widget you want. So text. For now, let's just put text. Focus, guys. I'm generating a list of text widgets. Save it and see what's getting generated. Okay, did I make a mistake? Okay, maybe Let's restart it once. Ah, there's some mistake actually. Oh, sorry, semicolon, I forgot. And here we go. You guys see that? There are 5 hellos in here. If you can't, let me just give it a style of whatever you want. So X style, font size 30. And here we go. See a list of 5 hellos. Is that cleared? Now, if I want this, now in this case, I have hard coded 5. What if I want to depend on my array? So what I can do is instead of passing 5, see. So item, where is it? Yeah, item builder is a function. So basically, think of it like this: that this list view internally is a loop. Somewhere it's a loop. Okay, it's a iterator. If I can't say loop, it can be a iterator. So it's just a iterator, which if you tell item count 5, it iterates 5 times. So this item builder runs 5 times. This item builder is a function which runs 5 times, which actually builds that widget for you. So item builder builds the text widget for you. So in this case, it will build this text widget 5 times. Okay. And for your easiness, it provides you a context which basically helps you to access that function's context, and an index which increments every time it iterates. So that if you have an array or something like that, you can also travel that in future. Okay. So it starts from 0 and goes till the number you want. So in this case, I have mentioned 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will go till 4. It basically helps you when you're working with array. Right now, I'm not using it, but it will help us when we work with array. So list view builder is nothing but a functionality available in Flutter in which you pass how many list items you want to build. So you pass 5, okay, and then you pass your item builder, right? This build method is inbuilt. It has all the features of building a widget or painting a widget. So if I use a normal loop, I have to make sure I also give build methods to all of them. So that's a little trickier thing, right? That's why they have given you a default list view builder. Getting a point? So that's the thing. And all the widgets that you return will have their own build and they will be painted. So basically, they are making it easy for us. If you use a normal loop, you cannot return the widgets directly. You have to build them and return them so that they can be used as a widget in your body or wherever you want. So it will become a little complicated. Is it clear, Hassan? That's why we have to use this list view builder. It has item builder, which is basically like your build method, which returns this element that you're generating. Cleared? You cannot use a normal loop. If you want to use a normal loop, you have to generate or you have to build all the widgets. You have to write the code for it. Okay. So now, guys, as I said, it gives context so that you can access the build context, and it also gives you index. So that basically goes from 0 till the length. Now, in this case, now see, guys, in this case, I'm passing 5, but in future, there might be a real data. So just like this, I have a data which is having some elements. So rather than passing 5, I can say not 5. I want you to create these many items, whatever is exactly similar to my elements in the array. So how do you know, guys, how many elements are there in the array? It's simply data dot length, array dot length. So now you're passing item count data dot length. So if your array has 10 elements, it will generate 10 things. If your array has 12 elements, it will generate 12 things. So now in this case, you will see, okay, you still have 5 hellos because I think we only have 5 data. Okay. Now, here's the real deal. We are not generating text. No. What we want to generate is this whole container. Now, remember, guys, we generated only one single container. Now, we're going to be passing it here like this. Okay. And now, rather than mentioning 0 directly, because if you mention 0, it will be always the first element, right? You want to change it. Now, for this reason only, you have got something called as index, which goes from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So rather than passing 0, you can pass index. Index. And where else? I think one more place, right? Index. See that now? Is that clear, everyone? Now again, you can focus on it a little and make it look much more better. But now see, you have something like Instagram or Facebook, right? That's how they might be generate. I don't know, but that's how they might be generating the list of post. Is it clear to everyone? Now you can, if you want, you can also remove this floating action button. But yeah, that's how you do it. And if you want to create multiple elements, so for that you have to use a separate scroll view. You have to create a separate scroll view. List view automatically gives you scrolling. Yes. So guys, are we cleared with something like this? So guys, are we cleared? And now if you want, you can also remove the container color. So I think I have given this color. Let me just remove it. And here we go. I think gray was looking good, but that's fine. No issues. Okay. So now guys, tomorrow, what we are going to do is we are going, okay, actually, now let me think. I wanted to create a project. Okay. So either I can continue this and show you how to perform routing in Flutter and how to go somewhere based on click, or we can create a project. And I'm inclining towards a project. So let me give you options of like what projects we can build. Okay. And in that, I can try to like put routing stuff in there. I can definitely try that. Like how to click and go somewhere. We can do that definitely. Okay. So let me ask you, let me give some options for projects and see what you like. You guys vote for it. Okay. So now tell me, guys, three options. Any product display and detail, product list and detail. Okay, let's give three options. What do you say? Product list with details, music player, and news app for. Okay, yep. So guys, we have four options. Go ahead. See, I'm selecting all these apps based on the time constraint. If I have 4 hours, 5 hours, I can build a bigger app. But I hope you understand, right? If you're enjoying it, please like. Yes, let's see. And guys, please, we have only 1.5 hour constraint. Think of it as well. Okay. Music player, news app, weather app, product list info project. Come on. Okay. Who is winning in the project session where we'll be building music player, and are we adding the lyrics or not? We'll see that tomorrow. Don't worry. So yep, guys, that's it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the session. Please let me know in the chat. I'll see all of you tomorrow at the same time where we'll be building a music player app. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in.